Have you evaluated the company that you keep, the people around you on a day-to-day basis? With all the talk on this channel about progress and compounding good choices, for those of you who are starting to do that, what you're going to realize is the people around you have a very large impact, or have had a very large impact, on how you live your life. And when you start to make progress towards some goals, you're going to have to start saying no to a lot of things you probably would have said yes to before. When you go towards a goal, it's a lifestyle change. That's just the reality of it. And then, one of two things are going to happen when you take that route. The first one is the people around you, who are your friends, family, whoever it is, they will respect that decision that you're making and just understand that your relationship is going to have to evolve, going to have to change a bit because of the lifestyle change that you're making, right? No problem. It'll look a little different. Might take a little bit of time to get used to, but we'll work it out. The second one, though, is what happens with a lot of people, most people, let's say. There is a disdain for people who want to change. And when you see someone in your group who changes, it makes you a little antsy. And that's when a lot of the shaming language and peer pressure comes in. See, a lot of people don't talk about, one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't reach their goals is that the people around them keep them exactly where they are. And they are not strong enough to tell those people no or cut them off. Unfortunately, sometimes a lot of those people are family. And what you'll hear from people is, well, what am I supposed to do? It's my blood. It's my cousin. It's my brother, my sister. Listen, I have a different opinion on stuff like this. So you might not like what I have to say about it. Anyone, blood or not, who is willing to keep you in a state that is not beneficial to you, if you get to a point where you say, the way I'm living my life ain't it, I got to change something. And if they're willing to fight you on that, they're not good for you. I don't care if they're your brother or sister. I don't care. I do not care. Because what happens with us a lot of times is we will use the family excuse, or those people will use the family excuse to keep you on your ass. Because misery loves company, and they're on their ass too. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that are lowering themselves to the smallest common denominator because they can't let go. And that's why evaluating your group, looking around at the company you keep, is so important. Because if you don't critically look at them, at your environment, the same way you looked at your life then and made that choice to change, the same thing will eventually happen. You hear all the time from people that you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That is true to an extent. But a lot of times, unfortunately, again, it's the family. It's the sneakiest part of it is a lot of us believe that our friendships, our people, are based around people who have our best interests at heart. So we don't even question a lot of times when that person suggests something that's not in our best interest. Like, imagine you decided, right? Like, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, right? Like, does it sound good to go out tonight? Sure. But you know what? I'm a weekend, I'm making some progress, and I really want to make sure I'm not hungover drunk. I'm not out here looking crazy. And I'm respecting my body right now, so I'm not going to do that. Here come the people with everything to say. Now you're weird because you don't come out. Now you don't care about the fam because you won't come out. Now you a health nut because you won't come out. Shaming language is in everything. It's in the it's just a natural part of the world we live in, because we don't like conflict. So we like to try to beat people into submission with our words. And what you're going to have to understand is that if you're going to be somebody who is actually on your purpose, you're going to have to be one of those people that doesn't have any impact on. Like, it's going to have to not matter to you. It's going to have to literally be something that rolls off your back. And that's a hard thing to get used to in the beginning, right? Like, because it's been so ingrained in us to shut up or to fall in line. One of the creators that I watch a lot is the Original Ordinary guy. He calls it tucking ass, right? A lot of men do this. A lot of us tuck ass because we don't want to be the odd person out. We don't want to be called out. We don't want to be looked at as less than. We want to be one of the boys, one of the group. But what I realized about being one of the group is that the group is sick. The group is the same group of people who hate their lives. They don't like everything that they got going on. They blame everybody else for everything that's wrong in their lives. And they want you to stay right next to them. Because again, misery loves company. So you got to make a decision when you make these evaluations. You got to look around and be able to discern who is willing to hear out where I'm at, right? And you got to make that discernment for yourself. Some people you can have that discussion with, right? You can say, look, this is where I'm at. I'm no disrespect to you if this is where you want to be, but I got to do something different for me because this is what I need right now. And some people will understand that and respect that after that conversation. But be careful not to waste your brain power and your energy too long. Because if you're getting to the point where you got to argue with people about why you think what you think and why you're doing what you're doing, you become the fool. Arguing with a fool makes you a fool. And that is why I try to practice, at this point, if you don't like what I think or you don't like what I have to say or how I live my life, it is what it is, right? We all have our ability to make our own choices. But we got to keep ownership of the ability to make it for ourselves. If we allow other people's opinions to shape how we do things and we ignore what we see in front of our very eyes, we become the fools. So, this is just your reminder to critically evaluate, just like you did with your life and made that decision to do better. Evaluate the people around you. Decide who is willing to have this conversation with me and even maybe come on this journey with me. And who is stuck exactly where they are because they've decided that that's the best they're going to get. Who do I spend my time explaining what's important to me? And who do I say, you know what? This might be the natural limit of our relationship. It's okay to let go of people so that you can get better. That's okay. Don't let anybody tell you different. It's okay, even if they're blood, to say, you know what? Until you get your life together, you and I can't be chilling together. It's okay. The company you keep can determine how you live your life. Don't let it go sideways. I'll talk to you later.